Ever felt like a circus performer, juggling work, family, and personal time, but without the applause? You're not alone. In the grand scheme of life, the struggle for balance is indeed very real. The constant juggling act between work commitments, family time, and precious personal moments can feel like a never-ending circus performance. But instead of rings of fire and spinning plates, we're dealing with deadlines, dinner dates, and downtime that seems to be more elusive than a white rabbit in a magician's hat. Finding this equilibrium, this sweet spot of harmony between our professional and personal lives, is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the key to maintaining our mental health, our happiness, and our overall well-being. Yet it can often seem like a distant dream, a goal that's just out of reach no matter how hard we try. Why is this balance so important, you might ask? Well, without it, we run the risk of burning out, of losing that spark that drives us, that passion that fuels our ambitions. Stress starts to pile up, like a towering inferno, threatening to consume us. Our productivity, once a roaring fire, dwindles to mere embers. Our relationships, both personal and professional, begin to strain under the weight of our constant exhaustion and stress. The effects of a poor work-life balance are not just limited to our professional lives. They ripple through our personal lives too, creating waves of chaos and discord. Our health takes a hit, both mentally and physically. Our relationships suffer. Our happiness, that elusive butterfly, seems to flutter further and further away. In the hustle and bustle of our busy lives, it's easy to forget that we're not just workers, we're not just parents, partners, or friends. We're individuals, human beings with a need for rest, relaxation, and personal growth. But don't worry, today we bring you a guide to perfecting your balancing act without the fear of dropping any balls. Stay tuned as we delve into the steps of prioritizing, setting boundaries, taking breaks, and finally embracing the balance. First things first, you need to prioritize. It's not about having more time, but making the most of it. In this fast-paced world, we often find ourselves juggling multiple tasks, responsibilities, and ambitions. We're frequently caught in the crossfire between work and personal life, both vying for our attention. But the reality is, not everything deserves the same level of focus, and that's where prioritization comes in. So what does it mean to prioritize? Essentially, it's about identifying what's most important in your life. It's about understanding your values and aligning your time and energy accordingly. It's about distinguishing between what's urgent and what's important, what's necessary and what's optional. It's about making a conscious decision to focus on those tasks and responsibilities that align with your personal and professional goals. Now, how do you go about setting your priorities? One way is to make a list. Write down all your tasks, responsibilities, and goals. Don't leave anything out. Include both your work-related tasks and your personal tasks. This list is your personal inventory. Next, rank these items based on their importance to you. This might require some deep introspection. Think about your long-term goals, your values, and what makes you happy. Remember, what's important to someone else might not be important to you, and that's perfectly fine. But don't stop there. Once you've identified your priorities, it's time to align your actions with them. Start by focusing on your top priorities each day. These are the tasks and responsibilities you should dedicate most of your time and energy to. Keep in mind that priorities can change. Life is dynamic, and so are we. What's important today may not be important tomorrow. So revisit your list from time to time and adjust your priorities as needed. Remember, the key to balance lies in knowing what to hold on to and what to let go. The process of prioritizing is a continual journey of understanding what truly matters in your life. It's about creating a harmony between your personal and professional spheres, and that, my friend, is the cornerstone of a healthy work-life balance. Next up, set boundaries. It's like building walls around your castle of peace. Now, what does that mean? It's about protecting your personal space and time from the intrusion of work. When we talk about setting boundaries, we're not suggesting you become a hermit and cut yourself off from the world. No, it's about creating a clear separation between your work and personal life. It's about ensuring that your work doesn't seep into your personal life, and vice versa. Now, how do you go about setting these boundaries? For starters, establish specific work hours. This could mean sticking to the conventional 9 to 5 or setting your own hours based on your productivity levels. The key here is consistency. Make sure you're clocking in and out at the same time every day. This creates a psychological barrier between work and leisure, helping your mind transition smoothly from one to the other. Avoid work-related activities during personal time. This might seem challenging, especially in this digital age when work emails are just a tap away on your smartphone. But remember, your time off work is your time to recharge. So, resist the urge to check your work emails or make business calls when you're off the clock. Another crucial aspect of setting boundaries is learning to say no when necessary. It's easy to take on too much, whether it's additional work projects or social commitments. But remember, saying yes to everything is a surefire way to burn out. It's okay to decline if you're already swamped with work or if you need some downtime. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice it becomes easier. Remember, setting boundaries is a way of showing respect for your own time and energy. It's about acknowledging your need for rest and recreation and ensuring that you're not always in work mode. It's about creating a balance that allows you to be productive without compromising your well-being. Setting boundaries isn't about limiting yourself, but preserving your peace and sanity. So build those walls around your castle of peace and watch as your work-life balance improves dramatically. Now let's talk about taking breaks. Yes, you heard it right. The hustle and bustle of modern life can be overwhelming, and it's easy to get caught in the trap of perpetual busyness. But remember, even the brightest stars need to recede into the darkness to shine again. Similarly, taking regular breaks can help you avoid burnout and maintain your productivity. Think about it. When you're working on a task, your brain is like a sprinter running at full speed. But sprinters don't run indefinitely, do they? No, they take breaks, catch their breath, and then they're ready to sprint again. The same goes for your brain. It needs that time to refresh and recharge. So how do you go about incorporating breaks into your routine? Well, it's simpler than you might think. Firstly, schedule short breaks during your work hours. These can be as short as 5 minutes every hour or a longer break every few hours. During this time, stand up, stretch, take a short walk, or simply look away from your screen. This not only rejuvenates your body but also resets your mind, making you more focused and effective when you get back to work. Secondly, make time for relaxation and leisure activities. Whether it's reading a book, going for a run, or catching up on your favorite show, doing something you love gives your mind a chance to wander and relax. And let's not forget the joy and satisfaction these activities bring, which is an excellent antidote to work stress. Finally, practice mindfulness. This doesn't necessarily mean you need to meditate for hours. Even a few minutes of focusing on your breath, noticing the sensations in your body, or simply being present in the moment can do wonders for your mental well-being. Remember, the aim is not to become a master of relaxation, but to create a routine that allows your mind and body to recover from the demands of work. It's about finding that sweet spot where productivity meets peace of mind. Breaks are not a luxury, but a necessity for a balanced life. Finally, embrace the balance. It's not just about achieving it, but maintaining it. The real magic unfolds when consistency meets balance. It's when we consistently strive to balance the scales of our professional and personal lives that we start to see a transformation. This transformation is not just in our productivity levels or our stress levels, but in our overall well-being. One key strategy to maintaining this balance is regularly reviewing and adjusting our priorities and boundaries. Think of it as a periodic health check for your work-life balance. Are you spending too much time on work and neglecting your personal life? Or maybe you're being too lenient with your personal time and your work is suffering. It's important to constantly reassess and realign. Another strategy is to be flexible with your plans. Rigidity can often lead to stress and imbalance. If you're too rigid with your schedule, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment or unnecessary stress. Be open to change. Be willing to adapt. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to change it. Remember, maintaining balance isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making small, consistent changes that lead to big results. It's about not being too hard on yourself when things don't go according to plan. It's about celebrating the small victories. Work-life balance is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's personal and it's fluid. It changes as our lives change. It adapts as we adapt. So don't be disheartened if your balance looks different from someone else's. Embrace it. Make it your own. And above all, remember that maintaining balance is a continuous journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process. It's a series of choices we make every day, so embrace it, enjoy it. Hit the like and subscribe button for more tips on living a healthy life. Share this video with your friends who might also be struggling with their work-life balance. Remember, every small step counts towards a healthier you. Thanks for watching The Health Management Coach.